What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know your boy's been missing for a month. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up. That's my fault. But yeah, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. Instead of talking about more or less a normal thing like I usually normal topic I could talk about, today what I wanted to talk about was something I feel like just needs to be said a lot more. And I feel like if people were to understand this concept or understand the point I'm trying to make here, I feel like the world as general might become a better place. I can't guarantee it will, because you can say something, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of it, it's really up to you, the person watching. It's really up to the whole world on what they decide to do with their life. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about people who do fucked up things and gain a lot of hate on the internet for it. I'm talking about famous people, more or less. Because, famous people, regular people, really doesn't matter, but mainly famous people. Because, when a famous person that somebody, what a lot of people know of, a lot of people follow, does something shitty or bad in the world, more than likely, it's going to get covered, it's going to get out there, someone's going to see it, it's somehow somebody finds out, it's so, like, whatever, like, but yeah. Somehow those things always find a way to always find a way out, to get out there into the internet. So realistically, what I wanted to just say was, why is it that, I genuinely respect people who end up doing terrible things, and even though they end up getting a whole lot of hate for it, a whole lot of disrespect, horrible, mean comments, tweets, a lot of garbage ass shit thrown at them for the horrible things or the bad things or whatever they might have done that might have been bad perceiving through your perception or whatever. I respect those people that even through all that hate and shit continue to move on as a human being and continue to show some source of some type of positivity, some type of, not letting it get to them, not letting them affect them, and continue to move on with their life and keeping that laser focus. Because honestly, at the end of the day, those are the people that at the end of the day, whether you hate them, whether you hate them, whether you don't hate them, it really doesn't matter, because, you throwing that negativity doesn't affect their life. It doesn't affect their income, doesn't affect what they're doing, doesn't affect how much money they're making at the end of the day, doesn't affect how their life is and how they're living their life. So I really just personally, I commend that. I commend them just because at the end of the day, we're all human. Like, we're all human. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care who it is. I don't care. I'm pretty sure that every single human being on this planet has done at least one shitty thing in their lifetime, whether it be when they were a kid, whether it be when they were 18, 20, 25, 30, it doesn't matter, because you know what? At the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all fuck up. We do stupid decisions. We do things that, some of us do things that we don't think it all the way through, and we do it and we think it's a good idea, and then when the end result comes out, we find out it wasn't such a good idea. And it happens. It happens. Like, this whole idea that people expect perfection from somebody, expect somebody to be the A-roll citizen, the A model. Like, people need to cut that shit out, because, my bad. People need to people need to cut that out, because, like, realistically, like, nobody's perfect. Like, how can you expect to hold someone to this, like, standard of perfection and these high-ass expectations if you probably yourself, you're probably not even following those same standards for yourself? Because I'm pretty sure you've done something horrible in your life. I'm pretty sure you've done something bad that you regret, that you wish you could take back. And at the end of the day, what happened after you did? You learned from that mistake and you grew as a person. Like, if you think about it, if nobody ever messed up, if nobody ever made a mistake, nobody would ever have life experiences. Nobody would have anything to grow from, learn from. Like, if everybody was perfect, you would never learn. You would never grow. You would never have a need to, like, mature, anything like that, because, you're perfect. You don't make mistakes. But that's not the case. That is not the case for any human being. Yes, I understand there's things there's things like, there's just certain things you shouldn't do based off common sense. Yes, I understand that. But at the end of the day, things happen. Things just happen. Like, stuff happens. Straight up. Like, stuff happens. Like, and you can't be mad at that person. All you can realistically say, because, like, if you think about it, there's so many people that have done so many bad things. It's like, why is it that every time one person that a lot of people know about, follow, does something horrible, the whole world wants to have this horrible reflection on this person, like they're the worst human being on this earth. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no, take that back. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just the way people go about it. That for me. Give me 1 second. I had to get a drink. I was freaking dying out here. But yeah. At the end of the day, the way I look at it, man, you know, I'm not gonna judge someone or, you know, give a bad or come at them negatively and start bashing on them and start saying all these hurtful things, these harsh comments, and all this stuff to this person just because they made a mistake, just because they messed up. Yeah, no matter how bad it was, I mean, even if they killed somebody, what is me coming to them and telling them they're a garbage human being, this and that? Like, what is that doing? What? It's adding more negativity to what? Yeah, it's just adding more negativity to that thing that could have happened. Like, yo, there are so many things at the end of the day, but like, there are so many bad things that people do at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I feel like the world needs to start being more of a positive place instead of a negative place when certain events acquire. Like, you know, if something bad happens, why does everybody doesn't need to be like get on this rush of like, oh, that's a garbage person. Start sharing this whole like Twitter feed of like sending out negative comments out there to that person, whatever the case might be, whatever. You know, because realistically, it's not worth it. Like, you could be taking that same energy that you're devoting it to like writing negativity out into the world and using it to go do something positive or something, like whatever the case might be. Like, and honestly, the main reason why I'm even talking about this topic is because I saw something. I saw a video by Logan Paul that he made the other day. It's this one right here, reading mean tweets or something like that. And realistically, it was just like, I seriously admire Logan Paul. At the end of the day, I don't care. Like, even though he did that whole thing in what was it? I think it was in Japan or whatever, and he went to those like suicide forests and recorded that dead body. You know, yes, he messed up, and yeah, it was a pretty bad thing. But like I said, people have done worse. People have done things 10 times worse than what he did there. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that what he did wasn't bad. But if you took that one incident that Logan Paul did in his entire career and compared that to all the horrible, horrible things that people have done out there, like all the mass shooters out here that have killed multiple people, bro, can you really say that's just as bad as someone out here going out here and killing 20, 30, 40 people? Like, can you really compare those two things and say they're just as bad? No. Like, there are people that are doing worse things. There are people out there raping innocent females, like hoarding females in their house, raping them. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, people do so many worse things. It's like, why do we give people that are up there that have a mass following such hate and such anger and negativity towards them just because they might have messed up one time as a human being, or even if they messed up once or twice, who really cares? Because at the end of the day, it's like, you sending that negativity towards their way isn't changing anything. Sending that negativity towards their way isn't changing anything. It's not doing anything to make the world better. It's not doing anything to make what he did or what they did better. Like, and that's honestly one reason why I truly admire Logan Paul, because at the end of the day, he doesn't let that hate get to him. He understands that at the end of the day, people can hate, people can do what they want, but it doesn't matter what he does it doesn't matter what he says to that. It doesn't matter what he does. All that matters at the end of the day is what he does as a person, how he takes that situation that he went through. Sorry, guys. As you guys could probably see, I'm really not feeling too well. It's not that I'm not feeling well, it's just I'm coughing like crazy. And I don't even know why. Because it's like, I'm not coughing like if I was sick and like it's one of those coughs. I'm coughing like there's something stuck in my throat and it's trying to come out, so I keep coughing, and I can't help it, and it makes me really angry. And it's like, as I'm trying to talk, I keep coughing. But anyways, like I said, I really admire him because at the end of the day, he went through that experience. Yes, he understands that he messed up, and he publicly went on video, whether or not it was a real apology, whether or not it was a real apology. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the only person it's affecting is him. Because it's his life. He's the one who's going to decide whether or not he's going to take that experience, learn from it, and grow personally as a human, realistically, either one gonna grow from that situation as a human being or he's not. Like realistically, at the end of the day, it's his life. He can choose to live it how he pleases. Why everybody has to sit here? It's like, and what finds me too is how people talk so much like crap about him. It's like you don't like the guy, but yet you rather spend your time talking all this crap about him, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like it's like, why do that? And like, and not even just him, but for anybody. I mean, well, I remember Ariana Grande got some big old, I forgot what the story was. She got all this hate over something about a pastry shop or something like that. She was in a ice cream shop or something like that, and she said something offensive to somebody. And yeah, I get it, you know, it wasn't right. But it's like, people say offensive things to people every single day. A lot of you have probably said something offensive to somebody before in your life. Literally, it's just like a lot of the things that these people do. It's like, I don't understand why people have to blow it up to this proportionate scale of like, oh, you know, oh, you're a horrible person, this and that, da 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 da. It's like, realistically, I feel like half of you guys wouldn't even be talking, like 100% of all the people that talk hate on these people really wouldn't be doing it if these people weren't famous, if these people weren't up there on that scale. Because like realistically, it's just like, why are you gonna treat someone else so differently just because of their success? Like, you know, as far as hate and even the positive stuff, you know, even the positive stuff is treated differently. But it's like, why do that? Like, why? What's the point? What's the point of coming in and being so negative? What's the point of bringing more negativity into the world with something that already happened? Like, it's just like, I don't understand what's the point of all the hate or why anyone does it. Like, literally, even the effort it takes for you to, like, go on there, type some negative words, whatever, it's just like, it's wasted. It's just genuinely wasted. Like, instead, why don't people just say things like, hey, look, it really sucks that you did that. I mean, yo, I hope you learn from that experience, or say something positive to help that person, you know, get better, whatever the case might be. It's like, you know, realistically, it's like taking a problem, and instead of bringing a solution to the problem, all you want to do is bring another problem and put two problems together and expect something good to come out of that. Like, no, that's not how it works. Like, if you're not bringing a solution to the table, why? It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I realistically just feel like we, as people, need to learn to stop pointing the finger at everybody else and learn to stop being so negative towards other human beings whenever they mess up or they trip up or they do something really, really stupid that just wasn't a smart idea at all. And instead of just sitting there and throwing more hate towards them, like, you know, understand that at the end of the day, that person, no matter who they are, it doesn't matter if it's Will Smith, doesn't matter if it's Oprah, doesn't matter if it's Drake, doesn't matter if it's Philip DeFranco, doesn't matter if it's freaking Swoozie, it doesn't matter if it's Fousey, doesn't matter if it's Logan Paul, doesn't matter who it is at the end of the day. They are still a human being just like you, just like me, and just like anybody else here on this planet. And they all make mistakes just like us, just like you, just like anyone else. Because we all make mistakes. We all do things we're not proud of. So let's just stop throwing all this hate, all this negativity, and stop talking these people down so much. Because it's not helping. It's not helping you. It's not helping me. It's not putting money in your pocket to be that negative towards them. It's not putting money in my pocket. It doesn't put money in anyone's pocket. At the end of the day, people are going to live their lives how they want. People are going to do things how they want to. Whether or not they commit it and make a right, whether or not they choose to make a smart decision or a wrong decision in their life, it's like, who cares? Like, who are you? Like, who are we to judge them? Like, who are we to judge anyone, realistically? Like, and man, like, even, like, yo, straight up, like, what's the point? Like, it's, I feel like there just needs to be a change in the world as us, as people, and we need to start looking more, pay attention more to ourselves, because I promise you, like, it's just like, why, like, you're wasting all this time just trying to put all this negativity in the world, but yet you won't even look at your own life and say, or even look at yourself, like, and look at yourself and say, man, have I done shit? Yeah, you know, and come from that point of understanding and think about how you would feel if you did something stupid like that, or did something really dumb and everybody just started coming at you. Like, think about how you feel if that happened to you. Like, you wouldn't like it. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like that everybody would start writing you hate comments, probably death threats and all this other stuff, because it's not okay. It's genuinely not okay. And like, I personally don't respect anyone that goes out their way to be that negative towards someone just because they made a mistake. Because it's just, it's something, you look atrocious, honestly. You look like an animal. You look like you don't have any any calming, any like we want to talk about common sense and how they should have had common sense. Common sense, don't go being a dick to someone just because they messed up. Like, realistically, and I feel like it's just. And you know what I realized with Science too? I feel like a good person who's actually shown something like that is Philip DeFranco, because I know I've seen a lot of people who have been who always watch his show, and always I know there are people who probably watch his show for like moments where someone does something bad and they're hoping Phil will tear them up a new one, and I've seen he's been holding himself back on that a little bit, and I feel like it's because he's come to realize at the end of the day they are a human being just like me. They made a mistake. They call them a garbage human being and all this. It probably isn't going to make the situation any better. Now, don't get me wrong. In certain instances, he still does that. But it's only with people that, probably killed somebody or raped somebody. And that's understandable because it's like, that's more of a like, that's not even like you messed up. That's something you completely went out of your way to do. But on certain situations, it's like, let's learn to just stop being so negative. Like, let's all come together. Like, when someone messes up, instead of just being negative, why don't you just try, maybe even asking the person, like, yo, what happened? I mean, why'd you do that? Like, what was the point of that? Like, I feel like if everyone were to start asking questions instead of just jumping to the fuck you, or I hope this guy dies, oh my God, you're horrible, this and that. Yeah, I understand. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people who are idiots and do it blatantly and don't care and do it without thought, do it like just go out of their way to be the moron that will just go out their way to look like an asshole all the damn time. And those people, well, like I said, that's one of those things where it's just like, if that's really how they're choosing to be, just don't follow them. Unfollow them, unsubscribe to them, don't talk about them, don't even give them any more attention, because all they're doing is looking for more attention, looking for, like, even if it's negative, you're still giving them attention. You're still helping them. Either way you look at it, because you're taking time out of your day to talk all that garbage about that person. So it really shows that that person is that important to you that you would go out of your own way to talk all this crap about them. Like, are they really that important to you? Ask yourself that question. Next time someone does something stupid and you want to start throwing negativity their way, are they really that important to you to where you have to go out of your way to start bashing on them? Are they really that important? Are they that significant in your life? Are they going to change how you feel at the end of the day? Are they going to change how you're living? Are they going to add more money to your paycheck? No, I don't think they are. So I think we as people need to come together and learn that, and really stop holding all these famous people, anybody. Like I said, anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, but anyone that has a mass following, I feel like we need to stop holding these people to such grand standing expectations of perfection and like standards where it's just like, it's just not realistic, because no one can live up to that. No one can live up to anybody's expectations. The only expectations we can live up to are the ones that we set for ourselves, are the standards that we set for ourselves. Because realistically, like I said, at the end of the day, we're gonna mess up. We're human beings, and I just had to get this out here because I personally feel like, me talking about things like this or saying things like to people will get them to realize that and say, man, maybe you're right. Maybe they'll realize that, maybe I haven't, you're right, I probably haven't been the best person myself, and I've done some shitty things too, so you're right, maybe I should look at myself more before I start throwing hate comments at someone or start talking crap about someone, because it's not helping. Let's be real, it's not helping, like, so let's just not do it. Like, let's just stop, man. Like, I feel like if the world were to open up their mind and be a little bit more open-minded towards certain situations, certain people's mistakes, a lot of things that people do, I feel like we could all change for the better, and things wouldn't be as bad as they are today. So for everybody here watching this video, I mean, today's guide was more or less, learn to be more open-minded towards other people's situation, and not to be so negative off jump, because like I said, it ain't helping you. But that's all I wanted to say for this video. I'm definitely not gonna title this Logan Paul, something like that, or I admire Logan Paul, because that just looks clickbaity as hell. And usually I see a lot of these people just put their name, Logan Paul's or Jake Paul's name in there just to get my views. I'm not gonna do that. That to me is kind of lame. It's like, be original. And this wasn't even to really even talk about Logan Paul. I was just more using him as an example because I just saw that video of him about the tweets and all that. And I kind of just found it really like admirable of him. Like I really did think that was like, that's really, I think that's a good thing to have, that you're able to like look at these hate comments and just laugh about it and say, oh, that's a joke. Take it as a joke and not let it get to you, and just know at the end of the hate is just hate. And because honestly, stuff like that really does affect people. Whether you don't see it, whether you see it, whether I see it, it affects everybody. I don't care who they are. It affects you in some type of shape or way or form. Negativity affects everybody. Negativity is the easiest thing to spread. But negativity is more or less the easiest option at the end of the day. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to agree with all the bad comments people talk about you. It's easy to just, think poorly of yourself, because everybody else in the world does too. But it's a lot harder for you to not let any of that affect you and to always stay positive. That's hard, and that's a challenge. And that's why, like I said, and that's really the only reason why Logan Paul's even in this video, is just because of that. I admire the fact that he's staying positive. He doesn't let that affect him. And at the end of the day, and I appreciate how he said it in his, and I really appreciate the fact how at the end of his video, he was even talking about the same thing. Like, it's easy to stay behind that keyboard, send horrible comments, all that, but let's not do that. And my man that asked, shout out to you for that. Like, straight up, shout out for you. That's a good job on that. I hope this video just like, I don't care who you hate on, I don't care who it is. I just hope you can learn to change your mind on anyone and try to come at somebody with more open hands, open-mindedness, and, just try to give people more, try to be more understanding of people, because at the end of the day, if you were in that same situation, I'm pretty sure you would want you want everybody to try and understand you a little bit better before they started saying all those mean things, right? But hey guys, this has been another Christian's Guide to Life. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Will you see me tomorrow? That's a good question. I'm definitely going to make it 80% sure you'll see me tomorrow. But this has been the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Like this video. Share it, please. I mean, I definitely want people to see it, just because I want everyone to really start changing their perspective on things and really start, just understanding where everybody else is coming from. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to your boy if you haven't already. But yeah, peace, deuces, cubes, peace, love, positivity. Let's keep it all the way good. Let's keep learning. Let's always keep open mind while we're out here, guys. And yeah, try looking at every situation from both angles, both sides, up, down, don't matter. This is your boy signing off. Peace.